If you've been looking for games that just make you feel good, calm, and completely at home, you're in the right place. Today, we're counting down 10 cozy games on the Nintendo Switch that are honestly perfect for winding down. Let's get into it. Coffee Talk is one of those games that just wraps around you like a warm blanket at midnight. You're a barista running a late-night coffee shop in a rainy, neon-lit Seattle. Except this version of Seattle has elves, mermaids, orcs, and werewolves sitting at your counter. The gameplay is mostly a visual novel, meaning you're reading conversations and watching these characters' lives unfold over 2 weeks. But every so often, you step behind the counter and actually brew drinks, mixing ingredients like espresso, milk, and different syrups. The drink you make matters. Serve the wrong one, and a conversation shifts in a different direction. The pixel art is gorgeous, the lo-fi soundtrack is incredible, and the stories being told about identity, relationships, career stress, and belonging feel genuinely human, even when the characters aren't. It's a slow game, but in the best way. You leave every session feeling like you actually sat with someone for a while. Echoes of Wisdom flips the Zelda formula completely. You're playing as Zelda herself this time, not Link. The Kingdom of Hyrule is getting swallowed up by strange rifts, and it's on Zelda to figure out what's causing them and close them before everything disappears. The core mechanic here is called the Tri-Rod, which lets you copy objects you find in the world and summon them back as echoes. A bed, a boulder, a trampoline, a monster. You can use all of them to solve puzzles or fight. It's wildly creative, and the solutions are never just one fixed answer. You build, stack, and combine echoes in ways the game never tells you to. The overworld is open and packed with side stuff, hidden caves, little mysteries, and secrets. It leans more puzzle and exploration than action, and visually it has this soft, painterly look that feels genuinely cozy. It's one of those games where you'll spend 20 minutes just messing around with echoes, having the time of your life. Spiritfarer hits different. You play as Stella, a young woman who takes over from Charon as the ferryman of the dead. Your job is to sail around, find spirits, people who've passed on, bring them aboard your boat, take care of them, and eventually help them cross through the Everdoor when they're ready to go. Each spirit is an anthropomorphized animal with a full personality and their own story. You build and expand your boat, grow crops, cook meals, craft items, and just spend time with them. The gameplay loop is a cozy management sim, farming, building, cooking minigames, but the emotional weight underneath everything is real. These characters have things they regret, things they never said, things they need to let go of. The art is hand-drawn and stunning. The music is gentle and gorgeous. And when a character is finally ready to leave, it genuinely gets to you. It's a game about grief and love and saying goodbye, and it pulls it off beautifully. Snufkin, Melody of Moominvalley. If you've never heard of the Moomins, they're a beloved Scandinavian book series full of heart and philosophy, and this game brings that world to life perfectly. You play as Snufkin, a wandering musician who returns every spring to Moominvalley to reunite with his best friend Moomin. Only this time, he finds the valley taken over by a park keeper who's built fenced-off, manicured parks everywhere and kidnapped Moomin. The gameplay is a gentle adventure with light stealth, exploration, and music-based puzzles. You carry a harmonica, then unlock a flute and a drum, and playing them affects the world around you. Animals follow you, dirt clears away, and obstacles shift. Sneaking past park guards to tear down their signs is satisfying and never stressful. The whole game looks like a moving watercolor picture book, with a soundtrack by Sigur Rós that's just unreal. It's short, maybe 4 or 5 hours, but it never wastes a moment. Pure, quiet magic. Yoshi's Crafted World is joy in video game form. The entire world is built out of cardboard, fabric, yarn, bottle caps, paper cups, and random craft supplies, and it looks incredible. You play as Yoshi on a side-scrolling platformer adventure to recover the gems of the Sundream Stone after Kamek and Baby Bowser scatter them across the world. The gameplay is gentle by design. You throw eggs at enemies and objects, hover briefly after jumping, and explore each level from both the front and the back side, which is a really fun mechanic. Every level has hidden collectibles, and the game never punishes you for missing them. There are costumes to find and wear that also add a little protection. It's the kind of game you can play with a younger sibling or just pick up after a long day to decompress. No stress, no pressure, just a beautifully made little world to walk through and smile at. A Short Hike is maybe the most perfectly named game on this list. You play as Claire, a bird on vacation at Hawk Peak Provincial Park, who decides to hike to the top of the mountain to get cell reception. That's it. That's the whole thing. But the way it feels to actually play it, that's something else. The island is small, but packed with characters, side conversations, little secrets, and optional activities like fishing, running races, and finding golden feathers that let you jump and glide higher. The movement feels genuinely great. There's this satisfying weightiness to climbing and gliding. You can take as long as you want or sprint to the summit. The pixel art has this soft, warm look, and the conversations with the NPCs are funny and real without ever overstaying their welcome. You can finish it in about 90 minutes, or spend 3 hours just wandering around. Either way, when you put it down, you feel like you just got back from a really nice walk. Story of Seasons, Grand Bazaar is a remake of an older DS game, and honestly, it feels like the farming sim that farming sim fans have been waiting for. You arrive in Zephyrtown, a little windswept village whose famous weekly bazaar has fallen apart over the years. Your job, farm, craft, raise animals, and bring that bazaar back to life. The farming side is exactly what you'd expect from Story of Seasons. Plant crops, tend animals, build relationships with the townspeople, maybe find a romance. But the bazaar mechanic is where this one gets really special. Every Saturday, you set up your stall, physically lay out your goods on tables, call customers over, and hustle to sell as much as you can before they walk away. It's fast, chaotic, and addictive in the best way. You also get a glider early on because the town is constantly windy, and zipping across rooftops to find hidden forageables never gets old.
Yeah!
Super Mario RPG is a remake of the 1996 SNES classic, and it holds up beautifully. Bowser kidnaps Peach. Mario goes to rescue her, but then a giant sword called Exor crashes into Bowser's castle, and suddenly everyone has bigger problems. Mario ends up teaming up with some unexpected characters, including the lovable Mallow and the mysterious Geno, to take down a group called the Smithy Gang before they take over the world. The combat is turn-based, but not passive. Every attack has a timed button press that boosts its damage, and blocking works the same way. It keeps you engaged through every single fight. The levels are varied and charming, the writing is genuinely funny, and the whole thing has this playful energy that never lets up. It's not a long game by RPG standards, but it's perfectly paced. The remake adds full 3D visuals while keeping that classic isometric look, and it's gorgeous. Cozy, funny, and endlessly charming. Animal Crossing: New Horizons. You move to a deserted island. Tom Nook hands you a tent. That's the start of one of the most relaxing games ever made. Animal Crossing: New Horizons is a life sim where you build up your island over time, placing buildings, planting trees, crafting furniture, decorating, fishing, catching bugs, and befriending a village of animal neighbors who each have their own personality and daily routine. There's no fail state, no enemies, no pressure. You can play for 20 minutes or 4 hours, and it's always the same gentle vibe. The crafting system was new to this entry and adds a nice layer. You gather materials and build tools, furniture, and decorations yourself. Seasons change in real time, and holidays and events roll through across the year. The customization is deep enough that every island ends up feeling personal. It's the kind of game you return to for years, not weeks. Stardew Valley is the king of cozy gaming, full stop. You inherit your grandfather's old farm in Pelican Town and leave your miserable office job behind to start over. From there, you're completely free. Farm crops, raise chickens and cows, go mining in the caves under town, fish at the river, befriend the locals, fall in love, build a family, restore the community center. The game has depth that keeps unfolding for hundreds of hours, and somehow it never feels overwhelming. because you only have so many hours in each in-game day. Every season brings new crops and events. The villagers have real personalities and full story arcs. Combat in the mines is simple but satisfying. And at the heart of it all is this incredibly comforting feeling that no matter how your real day went, your farm is always there waiting. Made almost entirely by one person, Stardew Valley is one of the most impressive and genuinely wonderful games ever released.
And that's the list. Every single one of these games has something warm and genuine about it. Drop in the comments which one's your favorite, or if there's a cozy Switch game you think should have been here. Thanks for watching, and go touch some grass. Or just boot up Stardew. Both are good.